Yo, what's poppin'? What's poppin'? We're just talking about this government shutdown for a second. I ain't done a show in so long. Been doing a lot more gaming, but I'll probably start back doing shows. You know what I'm saying? But they gonna be meaningful shows. You know. But I'm not really tripping on the fact that people come to join the show or people like the show, dislike the show. This is something serious that can and that basically can affect us all. You know what I'm saying? But I just wanna, you know, find out how many people really know what a government shutdown is. You know what I'm saying? Like, do you actually know the meaning? How much does it mean to you when this type of situation happens? You know what I'm saying? Because I know a lot of people got a certain way they feel about Donald Trump. And me personally, you know what I'm saying? I really don't feel bad for the things that he's doing because the people voted for him. You know what I'm saying? They believe what he told them during his campaign run, and they voted for him, and they getting what they deserve. So I really don't care what he's doing, but this situation that has occurred as far as the government shutdown is going to affect millions. You know what I'm saying? People who have got jobs to provide for their families, and now they can't provide for their family because of this government shutdown. Now, a government shutdown is basically when a president don't sign a bill for a certain cause. And this certain cause that we all know about is the wall. Now, if people was following the campaign when he was speaking about the wall, he was saying that he was going to have them pay for the wall. And it sounded good and everything, you know what I'm saying? What's up, L City? Welcome to the show. Y'all know I don't really do shows, but I'm doing one tonight. You know what I'm saying? Sugar Shack and all that will be coming soon, but I'm doing one tonight about something that's real serious, man. Because a lot of people not taking it the way they supposed to. I'm not gonna say a lot of people. You know, I'm just speaking on my behalf of what I feel about the situation. But I really want to know how many people know what actually is a government shutdown, and not only that, who are the people involved in the government shutdown. Yeah, Trump is stupid in the motherfucker. But the American people get what they asked for. They asked for what they voted for him, so they get what they asked for. Now, me personally, when it comes to Trump, I just feel that he's an emotional guy, and he's showing the true colors of a white man that has power. But I don't really care what he does. But a government shutdown is basically, let's get to it for real. For real. A government shutdown is basically when a president doesn't sign a bill for a certain cause, which is the wall. We all know it's about the wall. And during his campaign, he said that he will. James Gordon was popping. Who the fuck is James Gordon? Is in the building. But it's basically when the president doesn't sign a bill, and we all know it's because of this wall. And he really, really wants this wall to happen. He wants to build this wall. Now, this wall that he wants to build is supposed to be some type of steel that can be see-through, you know. But um, he's not paying attention to what he's doing to his so-called "Make America Great Again" people. You know what I'm saying? If you're making America great again, you're supposed to be all for your people. He's not all for his people. He's for himself. He's an emotional, rich motherfucker. And when shit don't go his way, he makes everybody suffer. Now he's supposed to have signed another bill stating that if they go to work for free when the government shutdown is over, they will get back pay, which sounds good. But at the same time, what happens to the back pay bills that they have that they were caught up on, or you know what I'm saying, wasn't caught up on? You know what I'm saying? Electric might go off, or certain things that people need in life might not be able to be used anymore because of this. You know what I'm saying? Not only that, it's between two parties, the Republicans and the Democrats. Now, I really think this government shutdown happened because the Democrats won the House back. Not only that, he knows that they have the opportunity to impeach him now. What about the Democrat Rose? What's up, prolific bias? Well, I just think, me personally, I think it's like when it comes to the Republicans and the Democrats, I feel that it's a fight between two kids that can't get their way. That's how it looks to me. That's how I'm just speaking on my behalf of what I feel think about the situation. I think the world is put in a situation right now that a lot of people is not taking it seriously because a lot of people don't follow what the government does and how the government is ran. You know what I'm saying? They're too busy on materialistic things, you know, just things that they shouldn't be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Things like what we're going through now with the government shut down. It's things that people should pick up a book or get on Google and read up on certain things to find out what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? Because this affects everybody. It doesn't just affect one person. It affects everybody when this government shutdown happened. Yes, Obama did it when it came to healthcare, but he did it for a reason, and the reason was for people to have proper health care, to get proper care for different things that they need when it comes to health. And it wasn't that long. I don't even think it was that long. This one is almost about 3 weeks. You know, it's close to a month, and this government shutdown is still going on. And it's certain airports that's not even running because these people is not going to work for free, which I don't blame them. You know what I mean? I don't blame them, but me personally, the reason why I'm doing this show is because I want to know for the individuals that is listening. You know what I'm saying? What does the government shutdown mean to you, and is it affecting you? And if you think it's not affecting you, why do you think it's not affecting? That is my question. You know what I'm saying? And by the way, you know what I'm saying, on the way in, hit that thumbs up. And if you don't, you know what I'm saying, it's cool. On the way out, you can hit it. You know what I'm saying? However it goes, hit the thumbs up, you hit the thumbs down. It doesn't matter. Serge, what's popping? Thanks for stopping by the show, man. Appreciate it. He said US Gov, a big joke. I love the US, but this is not normal how they treat the people. Of course. Of course. A lot of people, like let's go to the situation. Let's go to the situation where the 50-year-old white guy hit the 11-year-old black girl. Everything that we talk about when it comes to the news, if it has to do with a black or white, we're gonna make it a race thing. Yes, he's a piece of shit for hitting a young girl at that age when he know he could have just restrained her. But they only give us piece of shit. Like media is the biggest thing that make like illusions. Illusions. Let's just go about illusions. When you see something, let me see how I can put it. When you see something, like if you watch the news, let's put it like this. You could be at a scene of a crime and you seen every fucking thing that happened. You see everything that fucking happened, and then you go home and you watch the news. And when you watch the news, they tell you a little piece of the truth, and then they add a whole bunch of bullshit. And you probably thinking to yourself, like, I was just there, and this is not true. That's how the government is. The government always put the blindfold over your eyes, and they'll give you a little piece of something to make you feel good, to make you feel like everything is right when everything is not right. The government is not for the people. The government is for themselves. And they know how to put things in perspective to make the world panic. Prolific said, what grounds do the Democrats have to impeach Trump? I don't think they have any grounds. I think the Democrat Party and the Republican Party, they are a bunch of emotional people and they want their way. And if they can't get their way, they attack each other. That's what I think. Media is power. If you want to control the masses, you control the world. Yeah, but it's these two parties, man. It's just like a relationship. If you're not getting what you want in that relationship, you're gonna go outside the relationship to try to get what you want or what you feel that you need. You know what I mean? I appreciate that, Serge. And then B, what's popping? What's popping? But yeah, man, that Democratic Democrat Party and the Republican Party, I feel like it's like a relationship. If they can't get what they want, they're going to go outside of it to find out how to get it. You know what I'm saying? And they don't care about the consequences of who else will suffer from their doings. You know what I'm saying? And it's just crazy how it goes on and on. You know what I'm saying? Like this government shutdown shouldn't be this long. You know what I'm saying? And then people's not paying attention to it until they say, "Oh, taxes is not going to happen." Right now everybody's happy because hey, they're supposed to double the food stamps next month. So if you're getting 800 food stamps a month, you're going to be getting 1,600 food stamps next month. That makes the people happy, but they have to understand the consequences of that, the after fact of that. You know what I'm saying? Because once the government shutdown stops, then guess what? The government know that they have gave you double for 1 month. So guess what? 1 month you won't get anything. So that puts you back in the strain. See, people have to pay attention how they play the role of the victim, and then they turn around and make you the victim. You just have to pay attention to certain things that the government do, man. Everything that happens in this world, that's big, it's the government. You know what I'm saying? Like the Boston bombing. They knew that was gonna happen. The Twin Towers, they knew that was gonna happen. Everything that's big that's supposed to make people panic and go out. Do everybody how many people Let's throw up these D-Lo 1000s in the chat. How many people remember Y2K when they said the lights is going to be pitch black? How many people remember that? And everybody went out and brought bottled waters, canned goods, batteries, flashlights. Like they went and spent money for something that they said that was going to happen that never happened. Prolific Buyer said people just going to spend it quicker and be hungry next month. Yes, you know what I'm saying? But how many people remember that when they said it was Y2K and it was going to be a blackout and everything was going to be fucked up? Do everything that you can to get food, water, things like this. And everybody ran out and did that shit. And then at 12 o'clock, the year 2000, the lights were still on. You know how many people felt like assholes when that happened? But guess what? They still doing asshole shit right to this day because the government knows how to manipulate the people of America. They've been doing it for years. It ain't just black people, it's everybody. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to race, I feel like there's only one race, and that's the human race. But everything in this world is so put in categories, then that's how people follow it. You know what I mean? Tips from overseas. Sir said tips from overseas. Get out that country fast or get rid of the dog y'all call president. Well, you know what? It's gonna be hard to get rid of him. It's I look at it like this, man. No matter what president that we have, they're not going to be able to give us everything that they promise. You know what I'm saying? And that's just how life is. No matter what the situation may be, it don't even have to be the president. It can be something that you're going through in your life. You're not going to be able to get everything that you're promised. And then expect, you can't always expect something from somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody say they're going to do something, you can't expect them to do it. If you expect them to do it, then that's when you're going to have problems. That's when your feelings going to get involved about that situation. You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard not to expect certain things from certain people. But if you remove that from your vocabulary, from your feelings, a lot of things have changed for you. True, but Obama still brought the people hope. I don't know. I think Obama was just, you know, here y'all go. Y'all can have this right now, but we're going to get back to the basics. I think that was the big thing right there. Everything that happened, tragic and everything right here. The murders of the innocent black people that got killed. We all know who those names are. I don't need to say those names, but we're going to give you this president. He's black. Here y'all go, so y'all can be satisfied, and then we'll get back to the basics. Right now, we're back to the basics, as y'all can see. Prolific Buyer said that's the problem. Democrats never respect Trump as president and been butthurt since Hillary lost. That may be facts, Prolific. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at it on both sides. Let's look at it on both sides. The Democrats don't like the Republicans. The Republicans don't like the Democrats. The Democrats just won the House back. The Republicans don't like that. Trump is a Republican. He's the president. He's butthurt because they got the House back. He knows that they can try to impeach him or however it goes. You know what I'm saying? He used his feelings. How you doing, Keith? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Like I said, y'all hit that like button or whatever. I know this is my first show in a long time, man, but I'm really talking about some real shit right now. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck how many haters come in here and thumbs it down or whatever. I'm talking to the people who really want to talk about this situation. But we got these two different political parties that's basically acting like kids. The Democrats want to impeach. The Republicans want the wall. The Republicans can't get the wall. The Democrats can't get the impeach. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? We got our so-called government beefing against one another, which they always beef against one another. But this one is so serious that they're not thinking about the American people. They're thinking about their own self-inflicted things that they have going on. That's what I'm talking about. They don't care about what we're going through. They care about if they can get their bill passed. Who can get their bill passed first is what they're on. You know what I'm saying? And then we have the president that he doesn't give a he's so disrespectful. He don't give a fuck what he say to the so-called American people that he says he's making America great again. You know what I'm saying? So it's just as individuals, as people, we have to research, read, understand what's going on right now, not only for ourselves, but for our children. You know what I'm saying? Because if we don't step up and understand what's going on and not be able to enlighten our children what's going on, they're going to be lost also. You know what I'm saying? When this government shutdown happened, I went to my kids and I told them, I said, hey, this is what a government shutdown is. This is the reason why it's happening. You know what I'm saying? And just let them know and broke it down to them so they can understand what's going on right now. So they won't be blindfolded or blind to what's going on right now. Yeah, Ted Kennedy. What's up, Ted Kennedy? Like I say, hit the like button. Yes, food stamps did come early. I know a lot of people recently that I have talked to that the food stamps did come early and they got their food stamps and it's supposed to be doubled. But guess what? That's just a little piece that the government do to keep the people for not paying attention. Oh, I got my food stamps. Fuck the government shutdown. The government shutdown don't mean anything for me. I got what I needed, or I got what I wanted. I'm not gonna say they got what they needed. They got what they wanted. So now that's the blindfold. That's the blindfold to keep the people from basically researching and finding out what's really going on. That's what they do. You know what I'm saying? But people like me and millions of others that actually follow certain things, you know what I'm saying, and pay attention and don't believe everything he reads, he sees, and hears. We are the people that they want to silence. You know what I'm saying? Our greatest weapon is our voice. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't know how to use their voice. They know how to use their voice, but they use it in the wrong way. Ted Kennedy said, I hope my parole officer shut down. I'm quite sure a lot of people I hope they do, you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, we as people, as adults, man, have to pay attention to what's going on and enlighten the younger generation. And it ain't even got to be a complete stranger, just the people that you love around you, the people that's not understanding what's going on, meaning your children. It could be an aunt, uncle, uh, a grandmother, a grandfather. Some people just don't know. You know what I'm saying? And you have to enlighten them. You got to ask them questions like, what is a government shutdown? Who is a part of the government shutdown? What is the reason the government shutdown is happening? You know what I'm saying? And then once they have those questions, if you can answer them, answer them. You know what I'm saying? It's so much stuff that's going on in the world that we used to have back then that we don't have now. And I think that's another big problem with this world. We have these young teenagers, these young adults feel that they can disrespect adults, and it starts from home. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get now, we all used to be young. We all can agree to that, right? We all used to be young, and we all used to have this one feeling in our body as a young adult or a young teenager. When we go outside the house and another adult says something to us, we have the feeling in our body like, Shh, You're not my daddy. You're not my mama. I don't know you like that. You know what I'm saying? But back then, we still had respect because they were adults. So we held back from things that we said or things that we actually wanted to do at that moment. In these days of time, it's no respect at all. At all. These young adults are very, very disrespectful. They have no respect for adults and they have no respect for life. But on the other hand, when they end up running into a person like myself or an adult that don't play that shit, and then they react as the fact of you think you grown, I'm gonna treat you like you're grown, and then they react, then guess what? That young adult that tried to act grown, that disrespected, goes right back to, hey, I'm a kid. Why did you do me like this? You already answered your question because you thought you was grown. You disrespected me. I reacted as an adult, treated you like an adult. I beat your motherfucking ass, and now you want to be a kid again. You know what I'm saying? So it comes to a point where people don't study anymore. People don't read anymore. You know what I'm saying? People only worry about, you know what I'm saying? Like let's get let's get some 1000s, some D-Lo 1000s in the motherfucking chat room if y'all agree with this. There's no motherfucking relationships anymore. People don't value relationships no more. People don't value life anymore. The only thing people value is what I can get now. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand that it's longevity, it's steps that you have to take to get where you want to go. But this millennium believes that you can go to sleep right now and wake up in the morning and be a millionaire. Which in some case you can, but it's no more steps that need to be taken for a person to be humble to get there. You know what I'm saying? Like everything that we watch on TV, you know, influence our children, and not only our children, it influence us. Facts right there, prolific buyers. That's exactly what I was getting to. Instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? Like they say, you are what you eat. You know what I'm saying? You are what you eat. Everything that we eat is poison. Like right now, the government shutdown is happening. That means the food that we are eating that's being shipped is not being inspected. But do people pay attention to that? Do people care about that? No, because they don't understand what's going on, or they haven't studied, you know, anything to even understand the fact that the food you might be eating is even more poison than ever right now. You know what I'm saying? Back then, like right now, you can ask 1,000 kids what they want to be when they grow up. You probably get at least 100 that give you an actual real career, like a doctor, a lawyer, a judge, um, a real career. But those other 900 might say a basketball player, a football player. Some might even say a rapper. Some might say a drug dealer. But those are not real careers you can actually retire from and get retirement money from. You know what I'm saying? Like an athlete, you'll see an athlete get 100 some million for 4 or 5 years. Like in football, they could say you get 170 millions for 6 years. If it's not guaranteed, if you don't see somebody say guaranteed 67 million, then that money's not guaranteed. Because if you get injured and it's a season career or a career ending injury, you're basically on disability. You're basically on disability. You're no longer a millionaire no more because that money is not guaranteed to you. So people have to pay attention to what's going on. And that B said right, and some people don't care about what they eat. They don't. Now I'm not gonna say that I always ate, the proper foods. You know what I'm saying? I have been a pork eater. I have been a beef eater. I have drunk the vitamin D and the 2% milk and all this. I have done that. You know what I'm saying? But I haven't done it for years. I haven't done it for over maybe 5, 6 years now. I haven't ate pork. I haven't ate beef. I haven't drank that the milk, and stuff. I've been trying to, move myself into a different direction. Not only myself, but my children, and not only my children, my kids' mother. You know what I'm saying? They all Tiger, Tiger. You know what I'm saying? But we got to lighten up, people. We got to start, you know, enlightening people that surround us, that our loved ones, man. Like, because this is something serious, and people just wake up every morning and go by their day, which they supposed to. But at the same time, they supposed to, if they know anything about the situation, they're supposed to enlighten people, man. You know what I'm saying? Speak about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's people out here that can't pay their bills because of the government shutdown. You know what I'm saying? And then you know, I wouldn't say this sector, because I know a lot of people in this sector, it's probably intelligent people. You know what I'm saying? And they know they political stuff. They know they mathematics, and they're smart, and they just deal with the fuckery because it's fuckery. But I know everybody in this sector has something in common that we can talk about, like we doing right now. You know what I'm saying? And those the type of shows I try to do. You know what I'm saying? Instead of trying to down the next person and try to make the next person feel that I'm better than them because I'm in a better situation in life that they are in now. No, you know what I'm saying? Prolific Buyer said, knowing what I know now, I would have worked 10 times harder in school. Exactly. And then Prolific Buyers, back then we had trade school. Like, we actually go to school and had a trade class where it taught us how to build an engine, or, what I'm saying, how to be an electrician. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. Taking it, said my uncle ate cocky with his SSI check. I hope they cut his shit off. No, I'm just saying, man, like, this is serious, man. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people is affected by it. You know what I'm saying? And then y'all got to pay attention to this, man. Just imagine what would happen if everybody don't get the things that they used to get. It's gonna be chaos. And what I mean by chaos, then you're gonna have people in the urban ghettos robbing and hurting each other just to keep or get what they feel that they need. Airplanes and engines and shit too. Right. Every 30 days, that nigga Nina Brown, I suck of it. Yeah, but like, this can cause chaos, man. Just imagine, you know what I'm saying? I think this is the longest government shutdown ever, I think. I think we only had like 22 government shutdowns ever in life. You know what I'm saying? Because the president won't sign a certain bill. You know, let me check some stuff. I don't know if I'm correct or not, so I want to check because I like to be correct on certain things. I want to try to sound like the smartest person, but excuse me. But I do know enough. You know what I'm saying? But I like to correct myself if I'm wrong. So you say, damn, D-Lo, you read fucked up messages. What I read? No, I'm saying I think it's been like 22 government shutdowns. That's why I'm saying I think look up and see if I'm correct. I don't want to be incorrect. If I'm incorrect and somebody know, then correct me. You know what I'm saying? I don't have a problem with nobody correcting me if I'm wrong and they know. You know what I'm saying? But I will look up and research stuff that I talk about to see if I'm correct on what I spoke about. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. Um, Let me see. It says since 1976, when the current budget and appropriation process was enacted, there were been there have been 22 gaps in budget funding. So 22 gaps. I think I was right then. 10 of them which led to federal employees being okay. So yeah, it's been like 22, and it's like okay. So how many? Does anybody know how long this government shutdown been? It's been about almost a month, right? I think 3 weeks, 3.5 weeks. Did y'all see Tina on 600 pound life? What's that? I think longest government shutdown was 16 days. We going on 21 days. And those 16 days was during the Obama administration, right? I think that was Obama administration where it was 16 days for the health care, right? And we on 21 days now. So this is the longest one in history. You know what I'm saying? And it's all because of a wall. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Annette. I really think if uh if it comes to a point where people is not getting what they basically been getting, then it might be a problem, man. It might be a bad outbreak. Is the police getting paid? Um, I'm quite sure they're getting paid, Ted Kennedy. I'm quite sure they're getting paid. But see, that's how government works. Pay attention to this. Now, when we talk about crime, we always say, well, maybe crime could decrease. Crime will never decrease because you got to pay attention to this. Say you got a small town and it's having murders after murders after murders after murders, and everybody like, well, where's the police? Where's the police? The government knows that. Let's just put it like this: you're gonna have a certain amount of police after. Say we have I'm trying to figure out how I can say this to make sense. A city or a county has a lot of crime, and they have like 10 to 15 police officers on duty to serve this whole little community. As the crime rate decrease, the police decrease. You know what I'm saying? So it's like they have to they got to make sure that crime is always a part of this world. Because if there's no crime, then there won't be no police officers. If there's no arson and fires, there's no um, firefighters. If there's no one sick, there's no doctors. There's no hospitals. You know, if there's no crime, that means there's no prisons. You know what I'm saying? Everything is revolved around the government getting paid. Even when a person is incarcerated and they get out, they still have to pay for where they lay. Trump going to get impeached soon anyway. That Russia shit is heavy. Man, you know what? They all in on this shit together, man. You know what I'm saying? They all on this shit together, and our people need to understand what's going on, man. Our people really need to understand what's going on. All right, Serge, man. Thanks for stopping by the stream, man. Hope you feel better, man. Hope you feel better. Smoke your little ganja, man. That might help. But yeah, man, like this is crazy, man. And you know, I think the biggest problem. Ted Kenny said, "Serge thug it out, nigga." Yeah, but yeah, man. For the people that's watching, that's in the chat room, can y'all tell me what is the biggest problem you think that's going on in the world? What is the biggest problem that you think is going on in the world? And I tell y'all what I think is the biggest problem that's going on in the world. But what do y'all think is the biggest problem that's going on in the world right now? And I'm just up late just thinking about this shit, man. I'm sitting here listening to some old school music, having me, I drank me a glass of wine probably 2 hours ago. Okay, Ted Kennedy said scripted news. I'm just gonna tell y'all what I think the biggest problem in this world is everybody is in everybody else's business. I think that's the biggest problem. Everybody else is in everybody else's business. That's the biggest problem. The internet has made the American people very, very lazy. That's why other countries don't respect us, other places don't respect us, because they feel like we are lazy. If you pay attention to other countries and what they say about Americans, they call us lazy, they call us fat. You know, it's crazy. You think R. Kelly really got to rape bitches? Um, I don't think he had to rape anybody. I think certain people got paid off and the money is not there anymore and they're coming out speaking. You know what I'm saying? But in these days and times, a person can be convicted of anything without evidence and with evidence. That's facts. You can have a video showing somebody, which we all have seen, showing somebody killing somebody, and then still get off. You can have a situation where there's no evidence, no video, no gun, no nothing. Just people saying, "Hey, I seen this," and they can be convicted, or this has happened. It's a lot of things in this world that goes on that I feel that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? Like I think it's very unfair for a woman just can say, "Hey, this man did something to me," and he's charged. I feel it's wrong for a woman to do that and then be found that it's not true and don't have to suffer no consequences. All right, Ted Kennedy, thanks for stopping by the stream, man. But I think that's a bad thing that goes on in this world too, where a woman can say that and a man can get charged, and then if they find out that the woman lied, there's no consequences to that woman. I think that's a bad thing that's going on in this world also. Another thing that I feel that's bad that's going on in this world is just music. I listen to it and I pay attention to it because my kids listen to it and they pay attention to it. But I sit my kids down and let them know what's real and fake. When you get older, the things that you used to do, your parents used to tell you and used to say to you, you understand now. You know what I'm saying? I don't have my mother right now, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? But I understand everything that she spoke about now more than ever. You know what I'm saying? When she passed, before when she was living, I didn't care. I didn't have a care about life the way I do now, nor death. You know what I'm saying? The white bitch that got Emmett Till killed said she lied, no jail time for that. Exactly. Like what the fuck? I just feel we don't really have a justice system. And with me feeling like that, I feel like a lot of people, when crimes happen and stuff, those type of people, they don't know it, but it's true. They live by universal law. People that don't have a care in this world, that would kill, that would steal, and do things like that, they live in the universal law and don't even know that they're living that way. But when it comes to the Emmett Till thing, that was back in the day, and blacks really didn't have any rights. You know what I'm saying? And all these so-called constitutional rights, you know, that we supposed to live by and die by, it's just a piece of paper with words wrote on it. You know what I'm saying? But people gotta understand how to just live their life the way they want to and try to live it as comfortable as they can, because it's always gonna be a wrench thrown into the situation to make you feel some type of way about the situation, you know. But everybody got to understand that we all have to make sacrifices at one point in our life. Once we are young adults and we're able to get out on our own and pay bills, and we have to do things that our parents do, then we'll understand more. And that's what I embed in my kids. You know what I'm saying? Like Mike Jones said, same one that will suck up will be the same one to fuck up. Exactly. We got so many yes people in this world that when they hear no, they don't know how to take it. They don't know how to take it. And that's a big problem too. You know, when people when people are close to, I don't call people that's well, when people say a person is famous, a LeBron James, a Jay-Z, uh, a Peyton Manning or a Tom Brady, people that's making bukus of money that we see on TV, I don't call them famous. They're still regular people. They're just people that's financially stable better than us. You know what I'm saying? And, I have had the opportunity to be around people who make millions. I've been in Ohio for almost 11 years now. I met Adrian Broner. You know what I'm saying? I met, you know, a lot of people here, you know what I'm saying, that's so-called millionaires or is millionaires, but I just look at them as they are financially stable better than us at the moment. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like we all are millionaires, you know, but we just have to figure out how to bring that dream of being a millionaire to reality. You know what I'm saying? Philipper Byron said most of us don't know the Constitution. That's facts. What you think about the school system? The school system is a bunch of bullshit now. The school system is a bunch of bullshit because they have taken the most valuable things that children should learn away from schools. How many schools y'all know still teaches children how to write in cursive? When I was going to school, we learned how to write in cursive. And when we used to try to find a job back in the day, we had to fill out a paper application. And at the end of the application, it says signature. That signature means your name in cursive. And then you have one that says print. That means print your name. That's it. Underrated Darkness, what's popping, man? Thanks for stopping by the stream. Hit that like button on the way in. Welcome. Ted King said, what's homework now? That every household got Google with all the answers. Exactly. My son, we've been here for, he's been here for about, I say 8 years. I had him for 8 years here. And out of those 8 years, I would say he had homework for maybe 2, and that's when he was in elementary. You know what I'm saying? So homework is nothing. They have babied and spoiled our children in this millennium with the internet. But the crazy thing about that is they don't use it. Spell cursive, written, casting spells, stay woke. What I'm saying is they have spoiled our children, man. They have made them lazy, and everything is just imagine if we had Google back then in our fingertips. You know how many of us will be in a different situation right now? We all will be in a way, I think, a way better situation if we had Google at our fingertips going to school. Underrated Darkness said there are some kids today don't like to go to the library, they just want to Google it. That's what I'm saying. They made them. It has made them lazy. There's nothing traditional going on anymore. Look at the words: spelling, curse, ill, evil, curse, evil. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying, Ted. But yeah, it's nothing traditional going on anymore. And then you having kids having kids. You know what I'm saying? So they're growing up to be their children's best friend. So the children that they're having is not looking at them as parents. They're looking at them as you are my friend. And what comes with that? Disrespect. So it's we have to pay attention, man. My kids would not even think about disrespecting me. Period. The underrated darkness says some of the kids just go to the library, plug up the phones, or play with a tablet, killing time. Yeah, exactly. You know, libraries. When a kid do go to a library, they will get on their computer. As soon as they get on the computer, guess what they go to? Instagram, Facebook, World Star. They're trying to see what's the next viral video, or they're trying to go viral themselves. And when it comes to the school system, you have teachers knowing that a child is failing and won't even call the parents and let them know, hey, your child's failing. What's going on? Instead of them doing that, they'll say it got to be something going on in the household to the point where this kid is not doing their work. Fact, you know. Even you got some parents after work take the kids out to special restaurants instead of cooking food at the house and talking at the table. Yes, that's the traditional stuff I'm talking about. And don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I have been a victim of that. I have been a victim of that. You know what I'm saying? To where I have done that. You know what I'm saying? But when we do have dinners, you know what I'm saying? When we do have the opportunity to have dinners at home, some kids will take their food and go to their rooms. They don't eat at the table anymore. Everybody is so secluded when it comes to family. They're so secluded. The kids is in this room. The parents is in this room. Everybody's on their own thing when they're supposed to be doing some togetherness stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's this world is not doing togetherness stuff. Everybody's on some selfish shit. Everybody's on self shit. You know what I'm saying? That goes from the parents and the kids. Tay Kenny said, how can you teach when They got a phone. We got a phone in our pocket with more answers than a teacher. You know what? I have asked kids and my kid children, what would they do if they wouldn't have internet? And they was like, hey, I'll just watch TV or I do this and I do that. So I did a little thing with my kids where, when they get out of school, they have to do an activity after school. So by the time they get home and they do chores, do their homework, and they eat, they're tired. They can't get on the internet. They can't grab their phone and get on the internet because they're too tired. They know they have to go back to school. Another thing that I do is what I did was they come home, I tell them to unlock their phones, and I go through their phone. I want to see their text messages. I want to see their Instagram messages. I want to see their Facebook messages. I want to see their messenger messages. I'm the nosy parent. And as a parent, you don't supposed to feel like you're invading their privacy. You want to know what your child is doing, what they are talking about, who they are talking to, because you have predators in this world. These young boys and young girls are not looking like young boys and young girls. They're looking like adults now. When we were younger, we didn't have kids on our block that was 6, 7, and they're 15. We didn't have girls that was on our block that was 15 looking like they're 28, 29. We didn't have that. And a lot of things that going on now happened back then when we were younger, but they kept it under the rug so we can live as children. And I always tell my kids, don't rush to be grown because when you rush to be grown, then you understand what we're going through. You know, I tell my kids about credit. You got a lot of parents that use their children's name to get electric, get cable, get phones, and this and that. You're fucking up their credit before they're even able to use their own credit. Stop doing that dumb shit. Stop doing that dumb shit. Let them be able to enjoy their life. Tell them about credit. Tell them that their credit can can give them most of the things that they want in life. A nice house, what I'm saying, a nice car. You can go on a lot without putting a payment down because you have this 800 credit, this 700 credit. And when you do get those things, make your payments. Don't miss a payment. Pay for the things that you ask for or you want, and you'll be straight. Um, Ted Kenny said, "From across the seas comes cocaine, but you never see a black man drive a plane." Facts. They made it easier for blacks to rob than get a job. That's another fact. You know, um, you got you got some jobs now, and they be basically sweatshops that would take a felony, and they say felony. Um, they take felons. You know what I'm saying? And me personally, I would never work at a place like that where there's other felons, where there's felons, not because I'm afraid of what would happen or I'm afraid just to be around felons because I got people in my family that's felons. I got friends that's felons. It's just, I don't think that's the type of environment that I would want to be in. Dookie Ball, what's popping, man? Everybody that knew that comes to the stream, please hit that like button. I mean, if you don't, it's all good. Like I always say, you know what I'm saying? I haven't done a show in so long, you know what I'm saying? And I try to do meaningful shows, you know what I'm saying? Things that we actually talk about. Um, Doogie Ball say, pay cash, don't borrow money unless for real estate. You know what I instilled to my kids? I told them, I said, hey, if somebody ever asks to borrow money from you, and the first thought come in your mind that you want it back, tell them you ain't got it. Because if you give it to them and that was the first thought in your mind, I want it back, and you don't get it back, or you expect it back and you don't get it back, that ruins friendship, and that ruins family, relationships, a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? So I try to instill into their head, if somebody wants to borrow something from you and you want it back and you feel they're not going to get it back, just say you don't have it. Not only that, I always tell them don't expect somebody to do something because when you expect somebody to do something, then your feelings get involved. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that we need to check ourselves on. Ted Kenny said, "What would the NFL or the NBA be without black athletes?" It would be a organization that would not be making the type of money they're making now. Like when it came to the NFL and these players was protesting. This is the craziest thing about being an athlete. You are not able to be yourself. You are told what to do, even though you are an adult and you are making money and you can buy all these lavish things. You are put in a situation where you cannot be who you really are. You have to camouflage yourself to be something that you are not. Random. Did you see Beasley ugly ass? No, I heard about that his picture's supposed to be exposed, but y'all know me, I don't really be in the sector like that no more. I really be doing gaming. I jump in a few people chat rooms or whatever, but I haven't seen a picture. I heard that it was exposed, and that was that, But like I said, that's none of my business, you know what I'm saying? That's the sector business, it's Beasley business. I just stay in my own lane, you feel me? But yeah, man, it's a lot of things us as adults need to check ourselves on, man. You know what I'm saying? And you can't blame nobody else for how your life is going. You only can blame yourself because we create the things that goes on in our life. It doesn't matter if it's a relationship. It doesn't matter if it's at a workplace. It doesn't matter for nothing. You can't blame nobody else. You know what I'm saying? You have to blame yourself for anything that goes on in your life. And when you start to figure those things out and start doing that, man, I'm telling you, you feel a lot better about a lot of things. You know, a lot of people hate to be alone. They feel that they always have to have a mate or somebody around. You know what I'm saying? Being alone makes you stronger. You know what I'm saying? It's no different from a person being locked up for 10 plus years and they come out, they're a totally different person. You know what I'm saying? Because they had to live alone for so long, not only physically, but mentally. Kaepernick can't play for kneeling, but Ben Roethlisberger raped and he started. Exactly. You have to pay attention to these things. You have to pay. I have said that so many times, man. Like, you know, look at the Ray Rice situation. You know what I'm saying? Look at, I just look at. Sometimes I really be thinking like a black person with power, and what I mean by power is, let's just use Tupac for example. Even though Tupac rapped and did the street stuff, he was a very, very intelligent prophet type person. You know what I'm saying? Very political. He had the power to, if he wanted to run for governor, mayor, president, anything like that, he would 9 times out of 10 would have got it because he had so many people following him and respected his music and his words. You know what I'm saying? So they felt that they can get something from him if he was in that type of position to be a mayor, a judge, a mayor, a governor, or a president. You know what I'm saying? Certain people that people cling on to that will vote if they were to go for those type of positions. You know, you have people. I'm gonna put it like this. I'm born. I was born and raised in Benton Harbor, Michigan. You know what I'm saying? And when it comes to my hometown, back then, when I was living there as a young adolescent, you know, it was more opportunities. It was a lot better. You know what I'm saying? Yes, it was murders, but it wasn't as much murders that's happening now. But it was a lot more things to do as a young adolescent in that city. You know, we had a place called the Loft where we can go to after school. You know, even on the weekends. You know, it was open 6 days a week. We go here, we can play pool, we can play basketball, we can get on the internet. You know, we can play foosball. I mean, like we had a lot of things to do. You know what I'm saying? And the last time I was in my hometown, I was there for like maybe a day and a half. 5 minutes being there, I wanted to leave. I wanted to leave because I was so disgusted at my city of how bad it looked, how certain people that I knew when I was younger looked, how bad they looked, how many historical buildings that were tore down as just a grassy field. You know what I'm saying? It just, and I thought to myself, like, should I go back and try to help the community by being a police officer, a parole officer, just try to help the community get back to where it used to be. And that was on my mind for so long, you know what I'm saying? And then I thought to myself, like, I'm just one person. I can't change everything by myself. It's going to have to take more than just me. You know what I'm saying? So it would be a waste of my time to try to go back and, you know, put myself in that position. Not only put myself in that position, but put my family in that position. You know what I'm saying? Because when I left my hometown and I was able to sit down and reflect on everything that was going on in my life, I really found out that I was wasting my fucking time in my own hometown because I accomplished way more shit being away from my hometown than I was there. Ted Kennedy said, stack loop and guns, teach your girls karate, school your sons. Hustle and hoes, drugs, and 40 foes. This was the life for every kid looking out project window. Yeah, man, but I don't know, man. I respect my city because it taught me a lot. I experienced a lot from that city, and the things that the streets taught me, you know, certain people and my mother, it has made me be a humble black man and understand, you know, the consequences of things, the consequences of my actions and things like that. But I wasted so much time after high school in my city. I don't wish I can get it back, but I wish I knew back then what I know now, and it'd be a lot of different change. You know what I'm saying? But now, I'm in a different state. I'm in a different city. I'm on different jaunts in my life. You know what I'm saying? And I wish it could be my hometown that, I could be this parole officer or probation officer in, but it's not that way. it's this city that I'm going to take the opportunity with, which I got the opportunity and I will be doing that soon. You know what I'm saying? But I'm putting myself in a position to where I'm going to be experiencing and learning more and more things in the justice system to where at some point in my life I will be able to help out somebody. And that's all that matters to me. But I'm starting with the juvenile. Um, let's see. My girl wants me more when somebody tells on me for cheating. Why? Um, Ted, when it comes to cheating, me personally, I think cheating is not, it doesn't have meaning unless people are married. When you're young or when you up in age and you just have a girlfriend or girlfriend has a boyfriend and they end up dealing with somebody else, you can call it cheating, but um, I don't think it's cheating, man. I think it's just a young individual or individual not knowing what they want at that moment in their life. You know what I'm saying? And it's just a adrenaline rush for individuals. You know what I'm saying? It's all about what we are taught to be like. Just like they say, a person is born gay, or I'll just say lesbian, or liking the same sex. That's not true. You have to be taught that. When they say a person is born racist, that's not true. You have to be taught that. Everything that we do in this world, we are taught. We are taught how to talk. We are taught how to walk. You know what I'm saying? We are taught how to play sports. We are taught how to do everything. You know what I'm saying? So, um, she probably wants you more because she feels somebody else wants you. That's how I answer that. Virgo life, welcome to the stream. Hit that like button. Learn how to play 2K. Also, my hands are bisexual. I'll hit a man or a female. Um, I'm quite sure most of us was taught a person hit you, you hit him back. So some people take it that way. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't think I will put my hand on a woman, but a lot of people don't know what they do in certain situations. So you can't say I want, and a lot of people will say you have to have self discipline. And I'm quite sure a lot of people have a lot of self discipline, but in certain situations, that self discipline runs out the door. There's nothing else that can be done in that situation but to react. Because everybody got to understand, to every reaction is a cause of that reaction. You know what I'm saying? If somebody is cheating, it's because they're reacting to something that happened in that relationship. If somebody killed, it's because it was a reaction that caused them to do it. If somebody steals, it's because it's a reaction of something. You know what I'm saying? So we just have to understand, man. It's just like the music. The music we listened to back in the day. It didn't matter if it was R&B or if it was rap. In certain raps, most of the raps had messages in it. You know what I'm saying? The R&B was full of love. It was the R&B was actually basically telling you how to love a woman or how to love a man. You know what I'm saying? Now the R&B is how to fuck a woman, how to fuck a man, and that's it. Get drunk, do drugs, fuck, and let's go. You know what I'm saying? Technique said, fuck all the glamours and glitz. I'm trying to get rich. I'm from New York, but I never been a fan of the Knicks. Take it is you being a rapper tonight, man. You got some bars, man. You got them bars. Nah, but man, I appreciate y'all coming, man, and relaxing and taking time out y'all day. You know what I'm saying? It's 3:39 in the morning where I'm at. Some people might be an hour behind, some might be 6 hours ahead, some might be 3 hours behind. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate that there's no fuckery going on. Everybody's, enjoying each other in the chat room, enjoying what we're talking about. Everybody's joking and enjoying each other like it's supposed to be, man. And that's what I like, man. Um, when it comes to me doing shows, I don't worry about the views, the thumbs up, the thumbs down. You know what I'm saying? If a person's gonna do it, they're gonna do it. If they don't, they don't. It shouldn't make you feel some type of way because another person won't do this. That goes back to respecting. If you get views, it get views. If you get thumbs down, thumbs up, it does. If you get, um, I don't like to call them donations. I say contributions. If a person feel like they want to donate, contribute some money to your Streamlab, your PayPal, your Cash App, or whatever, that is their life. That's what they want to do at that moment. Let it be. Don't get mad because a person is doing something with their money that they work hard for. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things, so it's just like I said before, man, as adults, we have to check ourselves. True story, I had I hate Detroit because my uncle was hustling there in the 80s and they killed him. Detroit, you know what, like, okay, let's just focus on Michigan real quick. Michigan is one of the most hungriest, evil, nastiest, money hungry states in the United States. And some might disagree because they might not never lived in Michigan. But Michigan will make you pay for every fucking thing. And they will sit there and they will want you to pay for everything, but when you need something from them, they would take their fucking time. They would take their fucking time, and they don't give a fuck if you have a deadline for shit. You can call the Social Security building or the DMV or whatever, and you need your shit in the next 3 days. They will tell you, "I'm sorry, but it might take 2 weeks up to 5 weeks for this to happen." Or they might say, "Well, we can't do it at that time," yada, yada, yada. They make sure you stay in debt. Like, I'm so happy that the new governor has passed the law, signed a bill that they erase everybody in Michigan that had what they call it, a reinstatement fee. They call it a reinstatement fee in Michigan as far as driving. So what that means is if you if you got caught driving with no license or you just had a traffic violation, they had a thing called no, they call it driver's responsibility fee. This is a 2-year fee. Well, it's a year fee, but it's two different payments. It's 500 for the first 6 months, and it's 500 for the next 6 months. So for that year, you have to pay 1,000. Okay, so say you got the first traffic violation. Maybe it'd have been no license, and they got you on this driver responsibility fee, and then you don't pay anything, and then the next year you get caught for the same thing. That 1,000 don't go away. It just add to the next 1,000 that you have. So now you owe 2,000. Michigan had so many people trying to pay that shit back, they weren't able to pay rent, buy food, and do things like that. So the economy of Michigan went down. It was a lot of people that didn't have jobs because they couldn't get to work because they didn't have a vehicle. They wasn't able to drive to work. You know what I'm saying? They don't have city buses in Ben Harbor. You know what I'm saying? They don't. If you don't have a friend that's driving, or you're not driving, or a relative that's driving, you have to walk to work, which is a small town, and you know, it's certain places that you're not gonna walk to. Plain and simple, you're not gonna walk to, especially if it's in the area that you live in. You know what I'm saying? So for people that move away from small cities like that, that doesn't have, you know, 4-lane highways, don't have where you have to pay city taxes and things like that. You know, like I said, I learned so much when I moved from my city. You know, my city right now they're starting to pay city taxes. You know what I'm saying? But when I was growing up there, it wasn't no city taxes. When I left, it wasn't no city taxes. You know what I'm saying? Michigan is a two-way highway. You know what I'm saying? So when you have license, if you move away from there, you have license, and you move somewhere like Ohio, California, or those big cities, you you be confused because the roads are so different. You know what I'm saying? Everything is so different, so you have to adapt to a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like when I started working here, you know what I'm saying? The first year that I started working here, and I got my check, you know, I'm just thinking about, okay, I'm gonna have to pay taxes on, you know, the state, the federal, you know what I'm saying, the child support, and you know, things like that, FICA, whoever the fuck that is, you know what I'm saying. But I knew the main things that I'm used to seeing on a check stub when my name's on it. And then I seen Ohio this, Ohio that, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the fuck is this? It was the city tax. And then the crazy thing about it is, if you live in this county, but you work in this county, you have to pay for your county and that county. So you're paying for two counties plus what they're taking out your check. You know what I'm saying? So all that stuff was an experience for me. You know what I'm saying? And I had to adapt to it. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people gotta understand. No matter what you do in life, you have to adapt to it. And when you adapt to it, you make the best out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what made me the way that I am now. You know what I'm saying? Like when my mom passed, I look at life and death different. You know what I'm saying? I remember when my mom was living. You know, I used to, you know, like when you see some on TV where they say, well, you watch the news and they say, well, this person passed, and you might know their family member, or, you know, it was a friend, you know, most people can brush it off like, you know, I don't know them, or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Or, oh, wow, you know what I'm saying? Or they be like, oh, that, I'm sad, I'm sorry to hear that. You know, now when people pass, I don't even have to know them. You know what I'm saying? I get saddened because I know the pain that they're feeling. You know what I'm saying? I know the pain that they're feeling. So, you know, if it's somebody close to me or somebody I know, like a friend or a friend of a friend, you know, I always tell them, you know, if it's any point that you feel you need to talk to somebody that has experience in that, then they can talk to me, because when my mom passed, man, I changed to a person. I had turned to an evil person. I had turned into an evil person. You know, I hated everybody. I hated people in my family. I hated, you know, my mom's husband. I hated everybody. But once I got a chance to check myself and was like, why do I hate this person? Why? I had no reason to. You know what I'm saying? I was just angry that she wasn't here no more. I wasn't gonna be able to speak to her no more. I wasn't gonna be able to hug her. Wasn't be able to go tell her I love her and this and that. You know what I'm saying? So I was blaming everybody else for the passing of her, and that was wrong, you know what I'm saying? So I had to check myself, you know what I'm saying? So Now I'm more of a respectful person, you know what I'm saying? A person can say the most meanest thing to me, you know what I'm saying, and I can brush it off without even feeling some type of way. Ted Kennedy, can a racist man use a George Foreman grill? Oh man, Ted, you on it tonight, huh? But yeah, man, it's just like we have to humble ourselves, man. And if anybody's listening, man, just humble ourselves, man. You know, like really focus on the person that you are, the person that you show the world. You know what I'm saying? Because first impression is everything, man. First impression is everything, and in order to get respect, you got to give respect. You know what I'm saying? And don't be afraid to speak out because our voice is our greatest weapon. You know what I'm saying? If you sitting somewhere and somebody is talking about something that you know is wrong or you have a little insight on it, you know, talk about it, speak about it. You know what I'm saying? You know, say excuse me. I heard y'all speaking, and I just want to put my little input on it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't know how to communicate anymore, man. And excuse me, communication is the key to a lot of things. A lot of things. A lot of people don't know how to do that anymore. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of things that we don't do now that we used to do back in the day that I think can help this millennium out. But it just can't be one person. It got to be everybody. You know what I'm saying? But we all are put in a category, so we stay in those categories. Like I always say, I stay in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? Only reason why I say that is because I don't have time to belittle somebody else. I don't have time to tell somebody else that I'm better than them or feel that I'm better than them. I don't have time to tell somebody that their life ain't shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, when we all get out in front of this computer, we all have to go through something similar. We all have to go pay bills. You know what I'm saying? We all have to go to work. We all have to cook dinner. We all have to speak to our children. We all going to do something that we all have in common. You know what I'm saying? And we have to let people be. We have to let people be. You know what I'm saying? Entertainment is entertainment. Life and things that we do, that's totally different. That's not entertainment. So I stay out the way, man. I stay out the way. But everybody that's in the chat room, man, comment how y'all New Year starting off. How was y'all Christmas? Leading up to the New Year, man. I like to get to know my audience. People that comes in. How was y'all New Year? You know what I'm saying? What changes did you made that you're proud of so far? You know what I'm saying? And they said, I feel you, me too. I stay in my own lane. That's the best way to be, man. And when I was younger, I had hella friends around me, hella friends, you know. And like I said, when I first moved here, I kind of missed that. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, I miss my friends. I miss my cousins. I miss my family. I wanted to run back. I wanted to run back. But I think the biggest thing is when a person don't move away from their hometown, man, is because they are afraid of change. You know what I'm saying? They're afraid to be that new best friend. They're afraid to go to that new job. They're afraid to go to that new school, which they have to understand no matter what we do, young or old, we're going to have butterflies when we do something new. It's just part of being a human. We all have jealousy bones in our body. It's part of being a human. We all have that hate bone in our body. It's part of being a human. You know what I'm saying? You might not display it the way the next person display it, but we all have feelings. And when a person say, I don't care because of this and that, they do. It's a thing in our body that sparks something that makes you feel a certain way and certain things. You know what I'm saying? And people have to understand that. D-Lo, family, peace and love, many blessings to you and yours. I'm not trying to act like I know everything yet. Truth be told, I sense the qualities about you, D-Lo. Your beloved mother should raise a beautiful soul spirit. I've been hammering nails and picture listening, hearing you share. I am blessed by you. Thank you for me. I appreciate that, Hope. No, I'm just being myself, man. Just being myself, and it's gonna be people that like me, and it's gonna be people that hate me. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be something that I do that a person dislike, and it's gonna be something that a person like what I do. You know what I'm saying? And I try to keep the people around me that like what I do. Those are the positive people that I want to keep around me, you know what I'm saying? Because if I keep negative energy around me, which we can't stop negative energy from being around us, all we can do is try to control it. You know what I'm saying? But I try to keep the positive people around me, man, that be on positive stuff too. You know what I'm saying? And because I really like to network. You know what I'm saying? Like I wouldn't mind meeting certain people in a sector. That's just me. I mean, and it's no strings attached. It can be a female, it can be a male. There's no strings attached. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty cool with a few people that's in this sector. You know what I'm saying? That I would have a problem going to meet. And that's just me. You know, what you see in a picture, as an avatar, and the person that you hear talking is the person that you'll get in a physical form. I'm a very laid back person. I can be cool with anybody. I respect anybody until they give me a situation or put me in a situation where I feel disrespected, and I let them know and I keep myself away from 'em. That's just me, you know. Um, but like I said, I don't expect everybody to feel the way I feel. A lot of people is not going to listen to what I have to say or come to my show, and I understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like me trying to switch over to the gaming world, it has really showed me how supportive people can be. I have met so many big YouTubers, gaming YouTubers, so many big Twitch YouTubers that support so much, man, that is crazy, man. Like to the point where I'm able to make a little money off just playing a game. And I do it on Twitch more, but when I come to YouTube, it's less support, and maybe it's because it's in this sector and it's not, you know, the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just a person that if I get into it with you, 9 times out of 10, I'm not gonna hold a grudge. 9 times out of 10, I will be able to speak to you again. But it'd be a lot of things that I know that we won't be able to do again. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean that I hate you or I dislike you. I just know it's just certain boundaries that we have now. That's just me, man. Like I look at a lot of things different, which everybody do, but I try to speak the way I feel, and then maybe it might cling on to somebody's heart, and they might start doing certain things different. You know what I mean? It might be me saying, "Hey, I haven't ate pork and beef in 6 years now." And a person might say, "Well, why you don't eat this?" You know what I'm saying? Because I never been the type of person to say, You shouldn't eat pork. You shouldn't eat beef. I just tell them the reason why I don't eat. You know what I'm saying? And then it's up to them to research or not eat it. You know what I'm saying? Or take that advice or whatever. You know. So that's how I do it. I take everything with a grain of salt. Miss L slower than Bruce Bruce. You talking about the comedian Bruce Bruce? But how y'all New Year? How y'all Ted? Okay, Ted, how your New Year starting off? How's your New Year starting off, brother? Let me ask y'all this. Do y'all think how long do y'all think this government shutdown will last? How long do y'all think this government shutdown will last? We had 21 days. Well, does 20 does today make 22? How long I've been streaming? Because I know it's 4 o'clock here, so I really don't know how long I've been streaming. Hopefully it was shaky, but hopefully it will catch up. Most definitely it would catch up, Ted, man, because you know what to do or what needs to be done to make it catch up. You know what I'm saying? We still got 11 more months. You know, we still got 11 more months to pursue what we want to pursue, make progress. You know what I'm saying? Be a better you. You know what I'm saying? So you got hella time. Annette, mine is great so far. That's amazing to hear. Mine's, I really can't speak about everything of mine because of this sector. You know what I'm saying? How people call jobs and stuff like that. And I'm not saying I have gave a person a reason to do that. I'm just not going to expose a lot of things that's happening in 2019 for me. But I must say that I am very, very happy and pleased the way my new year has starting off, and I got a lot of things in store that I'm going to be doing real soon. But I can't say the passion that I have for a certain thing, I have been granted it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to make sure that I make the best out of it, and I'm going to make a career out of it. And hopefully I can reach the hearts of a lot of people doing what I'm about to do. Taking said thing about having a good team is when it goes down, they turn to green. Yes, yes, yes. But yeah, man, I'm hoping and I'm wishing that everybody New Year's starting off amazing. You know, the progress is growing. Your mind is expanding. And that everybody is evenly yoked with what they need to be evenly yoked with. So my new year been uglier than a masterpiece sneaker. Hey Ted, man, you need to be a comedian, man. You need to write stuff for people if you don't want to stand up there for yourself, man. But I can actually see or hear a person saying that on a stage as a comedian, man. That was funny. But yeah, man, I don't know, man. I'm in my own place. I'm starting from the bottom. I'm in my own place. I always had this place for the last 8 years. I just paid rent here and never actually lived here, you know. Um, but I'm in my own place. I'm I'm single, you know what I'm saying, and I'm living my life the way I want to live it, and trying to find out who I am and what will make me to be an even more better person. So that's where I'm at in my new year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at more and more brighter things to happen. Like I said, when it comes to YouTube, I will be doing my Sugar Shack a lot more, but I'm just getting a lot of things in order before I do that, like my intros, my intermissions, my outros. And the only way that show will be successful if I get people to participate in it. And once people participate in it, then I can start doing giveaways. Even if I'm getting donations or whatever for that show, I would be doing giveaways. It would be giveaways for women and men. And they won't be lame giveaways. They will be wonderful giveaways. So I'm just trying to think of a lot of things that I can do to make my show better and make the people that like to come to my show um, understand that it's it's a nice person in the world. You know what I'm saying? It's entertainment other than the things that we see on the internet now. I'm a struggling comedian in Cali. The sector keep me on my toes. I hope this shit down. I hope this shit down stuff doesn't last for much longer. Are we going to be in trouble? Yes, we will be. Yes, we will be. Like, if a person, I put it like this: if anybody was thinking about traveling right now, I advise them not to. When it comes to the food that we eating, I advise people to read labels. I advise people to smell their food. I advise people to clean their food. You know what I'm saying? It's just people thinking it's just affecting. People just think it's affecting their money, their food stamps, and things that really ain't supposed to be a big thing. You know what I'm saying? Welcome back, M City, D-Lo. Now that we alone, let me with some year. Better start playing, M. You know what I'm saying? I know, joking. Thumbs up. It's all too good. We know how we do. But yeah, man, it's just we will be in trouble, Annette. We will be in trouble. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't feel like it's affected us now. You know what I'm saying? But people that have government jobs and stuff like that, it's affecting it, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just imagine if this keep happening. You know what I'm saying? Like the government shutdown continues to happen. Eventually, if it's affecting the people that work at the airports, it's gonna trickle down. It's gonna start to affect the police officers. It's gonna start to affect the fire department. It's gonna start to affect the mailman. So we gotta look at it like this: what if no mail is being shipped? What if there's no police officers that want to be working for free? You know what I'm saying? It can be total chaos, man. Yeah, I was like, I hope this shit down stuff, the shit down stuff, all the very best. You shine as a soul, intentions, and that'd be awesome. All right, Hope. Oh well, you know what? Like, I was talking to I have an uncle that is a sheriff in another state, and I had a conversation with him today, and the conversation was about when I was younger, when you know about a lot of things. But I told him These kids in the millenniums, they don't believe in hope. They don't know what hope is. They don't have a vision, and they don't have a role model. They don't have a role model. What's gonna smoke for real, M City? If all this shit go down, yeah, man. But it's. I mean, like we gonna have to live our life regardless. You know what I'm saying? But this is not how we supposed to start off the 2019, man. Not having to worry about government. Government is acting like fucking children. This is not how the 2019 year is supposed to start off. You know, and it's like people is not people just don't know how bad it's going to affect them if it keep happening. You know what I'm saying? Because check this out. We know people got their food stamps early. We know they doubled it up. We know that. Just imagine if this government shutdown continues to happen. You think they're going to continue to keep giving you double food stamps? No. This might be the last time you get it. People not thinking like that. They think, oh yeah, I got my food stamps. It's double. Oh, we about to, half of the people going to sell their stamps. You know what I'm saying? But did anything click in their mind to say, hey, what if this is the last time I'm gonna get stamps until this government shutdown shit stop? You know what I'm saying? You got the people that pay regular cash. You got people that use food stamps. What if this is the last time you will receive fucking stamps? What would you do then? See, people have to think about stuff like, you know what I'm saying? What if you wake up in the morning, you go to work, and they say, hey, the company is shut down right now. You can go back home. Sorry, but you don't have a job right now. What are you gonna do then? See, people not thinking this type of logic. They just waking up in the morning and thinking shit all sweet. And then when shit gets sour, they panic because they don't know what to do. They don't understand what to do. Thing is, folks are here in my era area already selling and trading their food stamps because PA benefits arrived this day. Sad for the child because the folks gonna be high tonight, 1 week, then no food next month. Facts. They began to be too dependent on it. Yes, that's the whole thing, M City. That's the reason why it was created. That's the reason why a lot of things is created for people to depend on it. But if people don't depend on it and make a way themselves, then they know how to survive in that situation. But my heart goes out to children who's gonna struggle. Um, yeah, I feel sorry for the children, but the parents is the bigger problem. Annette B is in Oakland. So you are a Raider fan? You are a Raiders fan, right? Or am I wrong? You bleed black and gray? Fuck no. Fuck no. Fuck no. But yeah, man, it's just I don't know, man. I'm just wide awake, man. You know what? I don't expose a lot of my life, man. You know what I'm saying? But this is the reason why I'm up. Like I stated that I'm single, you know what I'm saying? Just got out of a relationship that's been I've been in a relationship with this same person. What these particular people for on and off probably about like 15, 16 years. Ever since I was out of high school and they were out of high school. So, and I haven't dealt with um, any other woman besides them. You know what I'm saying? So I had company tonight. It's my first time being around another woman in over 15 years, like kicking it with another woman, besides those two individuals. You know what I'm saying? It was weird, very weird, you know what I'm saying, because I was uncomfortable. Wasn't used to that. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't used to the things that I used to do because I was so used to doing the other things, you know what I'm saying? But the feeling that I had, I was happy that I had that feeling because if I was the person that I was back then, you know what I'm saying, I probably would, it probably would have been, I am not a Raiders fan. Okay. Kids eat noodles over anything. I don't get it. Stop it, D-Lo, 15 years, blood. What you mean by that, Ted? No, this is true shit. But this the person that I had company had over, they liked me a lot or whatever. And we were drinking and chilling, talking and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And, it was getting late, and she wanted to stay the night, and I told her no. Didn't want her to stay at night, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't me being disrespectful or mean. It was just me being a man and understanding and knowing how to say no. You only been with one woman in 15 years. No, I was an asshole and was living a double life for over 15 years. It's a big difference. I was an asshole and living a double life for 15 years. And I lived it for so long to where no other female mattered but them. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so that was that, man, and that's the reason why I'm up like this because I've been sipping and chilling, and then once I let her out the house and everything, and you know text her and made sure that she made it home safe and everything. I was sitting here and I'm like thinking about the government shutdown. I was like, hey, I do a show, you know what I'm saying? So now I'm just up, you know what I'm saying? And I'm surprised no, I'm not really surprised other people is up because most of us or some of us is in the same time zone and some of us are not, but that's the reason why I'm up, man. But that little was strange to me because it's been so many years since I've been around another female other than the ones that I was used to being around. And it felt weird, but I knew that I had some growth in me because I was able to say no. Yeah, she wanted to sleep over. And sleeping over with me, just the person that I am, where I used to be. 9 times out of 10, we was gonna get it on for real. For real, for real. Hope said, hold on, should I get 102 a month? I am single, dependent, save a lot of stores a block away, and I use them for milk, eggs, breads, goodies. Now I see I'm disabled due to my lifelong health. We have to, we have to, we have to make, we have to make the best out of the situation that we in. That's how I put it. Every situation that we get put in, we have to make the best out of it. The decisions we make might be a good decision, it might be a bad decision, but don't never, never tear yourself apart for making a decision because that decision was meant to be made. You know, a lot of people say, I wish I could turn back the hands of times. If I could go back to this and I could go back to that, stop thinking like that because we can't turn back the hand of time. It only goes forward. You know what I'm saying? And when you think, I put it like that, you keep it at a certain point. You know what I'm saying? That's just like a person going to prison at 18, getting out at 35. When they get out, they're going to talk about things that they did when they were 18 because that's the only thing they remember. That's where their mind is. And then they'll try to speak some political or the things they read in there or whatever. You know what I'm saying? They speak about that. But life is going to be life, man. But we have to understand, don't never be upset at the decisions you make in life because those decisions are meant to be made. So make the best out of that hope. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't look at that as a bad situation. Look at that as, hey, you know, it's somebody out here that might be doing a little bit worse than me. So I'm at least I am living and making the best out of it. And when it comes to health problems, for real, when it comes to health problems, I try to tell people, say a person got cancer. If you let that cancer defeat you, if you wake up every morning thinking, hey, I got cancer, I could die any day. I could die a week from now, a month from now. If you make your mind say, hey, I'm sick, you're going to be sick. Live your life. No matter what the situation is, live your life. Stop worrying about what everybody else thinks because all those people that think about your life would not jump in that casket with you to go when you go. That's understandable. You were in a relationship or a few for many years. You seem to be a gentleman. You have boundaries. I'm a gentleman now. I can agree with that. I'm a gentleman now, but I was a complete asshole back then. I didn't give a fuck how a female felt. You know what I'm saying? And what changed that is when I wanted to be with a particular person and they didn't want to be with me. And when I felt the pain that they felt, then I said, oh, hell no, this is not what I want to feel. And if I'm feeling this, 9 times out of 10, all the motherfuckers that I made feel like this felt this way. And I just told myself I'd never do it again. That's all that is. So I just check myself, man. I check myself. I don't be that yes man no more. I understand that it's gonna be a lot of yeses, but I understand that it's gonna be a lot of no's. That's all it is. So I think on the government check coming, but fuck the government because I know they use me as a lab rat, so I don't feel entitled to the cash. So when it comes to that hope, we all are used as lab rats. Let me make that clear and let me say it a little bit better. What I mean by we all are used as lab rats. Let me give you an example. What we eat, we are used as lab rats because the food that we eat are so-called supposed to be poison. Or I'm not gonna say so-called, they say it is poison. What we drink, you know what I'm saying? We got liquor stores. We know alcohol influence us to do things that we don't want to do because it does something to your body to make you not vision right. It makes you slur. You know what I'm saying? We have drugs. We everything that we use, consume, we are being used as lab rat. That said, I'm single as well, Hope, but I just take it one day at a time. And that's all we can do in that is take it one day at a time, understand who you are, and go from there. You know what I'm saying? You don't, a lot of people, a lot of people' biggest mistake when it comes to relationship is if they break up in a relationship, I don't care if it's a month, a week, um, but I'm just going to talk about long relationships, 2 years, a year, 3 years, you know what I'm saying? Maybe 11 months. The biggest mistake people will do is they remove themselves from that relationship and then rush into another relationship. I think that's the biggest mistake people can do because if you in love with that person or you love that person or you care about that person and you jump in another relationship and you continue to talk to the other person knowing that you wasn't healed, you are wasting the other person's time and yours. Although I know Christ got me with respect to all people, least lack of, oh yeah, D-Lo, everyone struggle trials, Jazz Valley. Hope, the way you are talking, you're making me feel like you're about to pass away or something. Please don't talk like that. Like when you say, although I know Christ got me, and the things you're talking about, I know you're speaking to a complete stranger, and it is good to release things because sometimes you don't have people to talk to, and when I say people, I mean relatives, because most people, all, but I ain't gonna say most people. Well, I will say most people judge. That's all they do is judge, and most of the people that judge be family members. But me personally, I just don't want to feel that you feel that it's over or something is over. You know what I'm saying? But I'm glad you are expressing yourself to us. You know what I'm saying, and talking to us because it takes a strong person to let individuals know certain things. You know what I'm saying? So I respect you off that fact. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a respectful person and I'm an outspoken person. And I just don't like to hear that. I'm lifted D-Lo, you are deep combo, telling my food stamp shit and why laughing loud, don't mind me. No, what I'm just saying is, it takes a strong individual to do that, especially in this sector, you know what I'm saying? Because you know how people will try to attack people, you know what I'm saying? But I'm so mentally strong now when I feel like somebody is in distress, I want to try to uplift them and say, hey, don't talk like that or don't speak like that or don't feel like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm the person that will say that. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, the situation that I'm in that I'm so happy about is I'm going to be doing a lot of motivational speaking, and it's not going to be to adults. It's going to be to adolescents. You know what I'm saying? And try to enlighten them. You know what I'm saying? The ones that has a little trouble in their life. They got a little record and stuff like that. I'm going to be doing motivational speaking to them and letting them know that it is somebody out there that loves them. And it don't have to always be a family member. You know what I'm saying? It's somebody out there that wants to see them do good. It don't even have to be a family member. It could be a total stranger. You know what I'm saying? And that said, hope just trust in God. Jay Kennedy said, hope call me. Yeah, man, but just people in general, everybody that's listening, you know what I'm saying? If I'm able to reach anybody, man, love thyself, man. Understand who you are before you try to tell somebody else who they are. You know what I'm saying? Like, be more Be more into what your children are instead of what you are into. It's just so it's so. I mean, like I got so many things that how I can say it and put it, man. But all in all, I'm just trying to say, be yourself, understand who you are, and don't worry about what nobody else thinks. Ted said, can we believe in a God when he let us be slaves for 500 years? I'm going to tell y'all what I think about this so-called God, Jesus. I'm not saying I don't believe. What I believe in is I believe it's a higher spirit. I believe it's higher energy. I believe we all can reach a certain plateau far as energy, what I'm saying, that we can believe in. You know what I'm saying? When you believe something and you really, really believe it and it happens, it's because you made it happen. Damn, and that's why they hate though. Yeah, man, I don't know, man. It's just believe, man. Just believe. You know what I'm saying? Just believe. I could go on and on and on of speaking about life experiences and things like that, man. But I just be rambling on and on and on. And it's already 4:30. You know what I'm saying? But I think I'm going to end this show because it is 4:30 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I want to keep rambling through y'all phones, tablets, computers. You know what I'm saying? I want to keep rambling on and on and on for another 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? So y'all know, for the individuals that do know me in this sector and come to my shows, know always in my shows we're saying, when you wake up in the morning, judge the person in the mirror before you judge anybody else. And that's a fact. And your boy D-Lo out, man. I appreciate everybody coming to the show, enjoying the show, hitting the like button, you know what I'm saying, doing, just participating and speaking. Shout outs to Ted Kennedy, Annette B, Hope, M City stopped through, Surge stopped through. I can't remember everybody. Let me stroll up because I want to give everybody shout outs, you know what I'm saying? Um, what else I said? I think that's it basically. Oh, Virgo Life. Give big shout out to Virgo Life. Dookie Ball, Dookie Badass. Even that's Dookie Balls, I think too. Dookie Ball. You know what I'm saying? The Underrated Darkness. Thanks for stopping through. Prolific Buyers. You know what I'm saying? Thanks for stopping through. You know what I'm saying? So it's Key Deadman. You know what I'm saying? Stop. Thanks for stopping through. You know what I'm saying? Everybody who had hit that like button, anybody that knew that hit that sub button. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. Who the fuck is James Gordon? You know what I'm saying? Everybody that stopped through, man. I really appreciate y'all, man. And hold on, let me see something. I went down here. I went down here and I seen my sweetheart Key say, really? Really what, Key? Really what? Really what? I got you. I got you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? In Miss L voice. But yeah, man, I appreciate all y'all, man. You know what I'm saying? And I might start doing more shows, man, but they're gonna be more shows like this. You know what I'm saying? So if y'all wanna, participate in shows like this, man, when I come on live and go on this Google Hangout, man, you know what I'm saying? No, I said Key, Deadman, didn't I? Crowd, listeners. Did I say Key? I went up my line and I said everybody name. Little crybaby. You are a crybaby. But yeah, man, I appreciate y'all, man, and I'm out, man. I might play me some Fortnite or I might come and stream some NBA 2K19 or something. I don't know, man. But I'm up. I don't think I'm gonna go to sleep no time soon. Like I said, I don't want to ramble all day, but yeah, man, I will be maybe back with a show, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. But stay tuned and y'all will see, you know what I'm saying? Big ups to everybody, man. Hope y'all 2019 is amazing, man. Hope so, you know what I'm saying? And it's your boy D-Lo 1000, man. And I'm out this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? We lit.